Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. Today's video is about 5 tips to succeed as an online worker, especially if you are a beginner. Tip number 1 is niching down. What is a niche? A niche is an area of specialization. I'll give an example. If, for example, you did computer science in college, there is no way that you're perfect in everything that pertains that science. You must have specialized with one or two. There is somebody who would prefer networking to coding. Another one, still a coder, will prefer JavaScript to Python. Now, that thing that is closer to your heart, or that skill, or that specialization, that is what I'm talking about, niching down. Identify it and then work on it. If, for example, I have like 5 skills that I know I can handle jobs in any of them. Let's say, for example, I can do digital marketing, I am a virtual assistant, I am a writer, I am a coder, and probably I'm a transcriber. Out of the 5, which one is closest to your heart? For example, I would say writing is closest to my heart. Now, I have niched down to writing, and I'll work on that writing before starting to venture in the other 4 fields that I'm also good in. So niching down will help you to first specialize on one thing and be so good at it such that even clients give very positive feedback about you. You are given 5-star rating and you're always performing well in that niche. Okay? Now that is your starting point if you are a beginner in online work. Once you've gotten very good feedback, you've gotten good rating, you can now venture into the other niche that is second now to your heart. Okay? So you could go, let's say, to transcribing or the other skill and then perfect it and go on and go on. So make sure you perfect one as you move to the others. There is no wrong with having like even 5 skills that you can offer online. But what's the need of having 5 and you're perfecting none? That's why you need first to niche down, work on one. Once you're good at it, you're perfect at it. If you still want to try another one, then you can. But first things first, the first niche, you work on it as you progress forward. Skill number 2, persistency. If there is one thing that really discourages new online workers, is lacking clients in the first few weeks or even in the first few months. Somebody could try getting a client even up to 6 months. Okay, another one could get a client on the first week. Now, if you're that person who has stayed for so long without getting your first client, especially those who are working on bid accounts, you send your bids on time, you always take a job that matches your profile, and you're always among the top 5, but you have never gotten a job. Do not give up. Persistency and consistency will take you far. So keep sending those proposals. Do research on what you might be doing wrong. Reach out to people and get to know how have they made it in that platform or in that category in the same field of online work. Tip number 3, try several platforms before settling for one. Why am I saying this? Myself, I might have gotten a breakthrough in Upwork. Another person has gotten a breakthrough in Tujit. Okay? So, if, for example, I tried Tujit as the first one, it did not work for me, I should not stay there for so long till I'm discouraged. I can try another platform that offers the same job category I have niched to, yeah, and then try my luck there. Because you'll find no freelancer is perfect in all freelancing platforms. Somebody has that platform that is so dear to them because it's the one that they got a breakthrough in. So try out several platforms before settling down for one or even 2 or 3. Tip number 4, Do not work in isolation. Do not. If there is a field that you can get easily discouraged, is online work. And when I say do not work in isolation, I simply mean identify other online workers. They could be doing the same category of work you're doing online or a different one. But either way, identify a community of online workers, join them. Whenever you want to ask a question, you have a place to run to. Whenever you're discouraged, you may go and find that you're struggling maybe for 2 months. Somebody struggled even for a whole year without getting a breakthrough, and that will give you strength to move on. So do not work in isolation as an online worker. Now, tip number 5. Now, this one has messed up so many freelancers, new freelancers. That is staying online and being fast in responding. Yeah. So you can find like right now it could be 9 p.m. I have sent my proposal to the client. Remember, I'm not the only freelancer interested in that job. So I've sent my proposal at 9 p.m. and then I have gone offline. And then I get online the next day, probably at 9 a.m., 12 hours later, or even at 7 a.m., 10 hours later. There is a high chance, even if I was qualified for that job and the client had responded to me, I'll see the email very late, and there are high chances that job has already been given out. Remember, there are millions of freelancers in those freelancing platforms. The client has no time to wait for you. So if they have sent a response to your proposal and you have not responded on time, they go to the next available freelancer, and you'll be shocked how freelancers are active online. Yeah. So the next one, of course, they'll be available and they'll take the job, and the job that you were so qualified, you had applied among the first, will just slip from your hands like that because you do not stay online and you do not respond fast. So if you are choosing to be an online worker, you should live online. Actually, live online, not even stay, live online. Like your phone, if you're not in a Wi-Fi connected area, it should always be on data. Because if a notification comes in your email, you'll get it easily and you can respond among the first people to respond to that client. And if there is an interview, you go through the interview. If there was a sample task you're doing, you go through it and you accept the contract as soon as possible and start working. Yeah. So please, if you are choosing to be an online worker, or you've already chosen, or you're considering to ever be an online worker, ensure you stay online and make sure that email notifications are always on, because whenever a client responds, there is always a notification on your email that is directing you to that platform to continue the conversation with the client. I have a bonus tip, and this is a tip that will really also come in handy. And this is avoiding excuses. Yes, especially here in Africa, we have so many excuses in our lives. Yeah, we could say there is power shortage, which is very normal and expected. Your device can break down. You will be in an area with low connectivity, or whatever problem that could deter you from being successful in online work. You could even be a student who is so busy with your classwork. You could be working and your work is very hectic and you do not have time, or for any reason you do not have time to work online. Now I'm saying avoid excuses. We always create time for what we love. Yeah. And if you are passionate about online work, it means that you will create time, because we are not always working from, let's say, 7 a.m. Probably to late night. We are not always working like that. At times we have free time in weekends, holidays. At times we even have free days. Yeah. As a student, you normally find sometimes the classes have been postponed or something like that. And again, everybody here watching this video, if for example you love watching movies, there is a high probability, even on your busiest day, you'll watch at least one episode of that series you love watching. Yeah. If you're somebody maybe who loves having fun on social media, you'll not lack time in the day to go to social media and have fun and enjoy yourself. So, saying that you don't have time for online work or something is not working is an excuse. Let's avoid excuses if we want to succeed. And remember, Rome was not built in a day, okay? And a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So, step number one, follow those 5 tips. Yes, actually, the 6 tips. Follow them. Push yourself. Do not get discouraged at any point. And then make sure you have goals. What do you want to achieve every month or every quarter or whatever period? What do you want to achieve in online work? That will keep you going. It will steer you ahead. Every other time that you feel discouraged, you go back to your goals and you're like, I have to do this. I have to do this. So this is the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and until next time, bye bye and all the best in online work.